Erica Misilo graduated Roger Williams University in 2017 with a double major in dance and performance studies as well as a degree in public relations. Shortly after graduating, Erica moved to New York City to pursue a career in musical theater. Since then, she has performed and trained with many notable artists within the Broadway community and was recently seen in an Off-Broadway workshop of Anne of Green Gables Part 2 under the direction of Christine Henry, who is also an RWU alum. The Roger Williams University Dance Department had the opportunity to speak with Erica regarding her time at the university and her recent move to New York City. Here's Erica Misilo to tell us more.
I originally came in just as a dance and performance studies major. That was always what I wanted to do. But then I think it was second semester freshman year, I dabbled into PR, and then that became my second major too. So yeah, I double majored with dance and PR basically for all 4 years of college. When I first moved here and was still auditioning and trying to find work, I worked at a dance boutique called Yumiko. And I actually did a lot of kind of PR related things inside the store. So that, in terms of my major, that really helped with that job. And also in dance in general, like overall branding myself on social media and just how I approach different projects has really helped having that PR major. It taught me a lot about how to present myself to people and how to effectively communicate like who I am as a dancer, who I am as a person, just to book a job. So that's really part of getting hired. It took me about a good year to start really booking work and to even just get auditions from my agent. I mean, just that in itself was hard my first year because, I'm brand new to the city and, not many people know who I am yet. So I had to go to a lot of open calls just to, get my face out there. And then once I started booking work and adding things to my resume, casting did see that and they kept calling me in for different shows. So no, I'm not booking Broadway shows yet, but I am getting called in for these shows. So that is like a huge step in itself. One of my coworkers, she actually got me the job for Shaken Not Stirred, which is that cabaret show that I do. It's a James Bond infused experience type of show. She was one of the dancers in the show, and she said, like, "Hey, Erica, there's a spot opening up. We need another girl to do all these tracks." And so I didn't have to audition. I just got hired through Sasha. So just having that job helped me book a job that I'm still doing now, monthly. It's a James Bond infused experience show. So if you're into James Bond and into that aesthetic, it's a show for you. We perform monthly at the Cutting Room in New York. It's on the Lower East Side. It's a pretty famous venue. It has that rock vibe, but we actually just went to the Seychelles in East Africa to perform our show for a VIP there. So that was such an experience. I mean, I went for only 3 days, but just to have the opportunity to bring our show all the way to East Africa, that's incredible. So that was fun. And then I think we're going to Hawaii soon. So that's coming up. So yeah. So when I first moved to the city, I was kind of just dabbling in a couple things, just trying to get my feet wet and everything, and just to see what I liked and I didn't like. So I actually started working a little bit with Jenny Rocha, who's an alum of our school. So I did a couple gigs with her. I did a holiday show with her. I did a New Year's Eve show with her. I did a workshop with her for her company. She has two companies, Painted Ladies and Rocha Dance Theater. So I worked with her a lot last year. And then this year, 2019 and 2019, sorry. That's kind of where I really started booking more work just because, after a year being here, after I saw what I did like and I didn't like, then I kind of knew what direction I wanted to go into in terms of, do I want modern, do I want contemporary, or do I want musical theater and that burlesque scene. And I definitely have found that I want to dive solely into musical theater and burlesque. I just feel the most comfortable in it. I knew that that's what I want to continue to do. I did an Off-Broadway workshop, and we did a performance at the end with Royal Family Productions. The director is Christine Henry, which is also an alum of Roger Williams. I never knew that until I started working for her. I was like, oh my God, we're both from school. This is crazy. So Gary knew about it, which was great. And we had that like instant connection. And it was so cool working with her because I could totally tell right off the bat that she was a Roger Williams student. Just like her aesthetic, how she worked, how she directed. It reminded me a lot of how everyone at the barn worked. So it was just really comforting being my first like big job. Having someone from school be the director was just incredible. That was a hard thing leaving school because, you know, I had a set schedule. I had ballet at this time, I had modern at this time, I had rehearsal at this time, you know? So now I have to say, okay, well, I'm going to take class this day and that day because I have rehearsal, you know, Saturday, Sunday. So, you know, you definitely have to have a sense of responsibility in yourself, and you need to definitely be driven to keep pushing and to keep training in the city. So I'm always in class. I'm taking vocal lessons as much as I can, and auditioning as much as I can, aside from working every week. So I typically go to Broadway Dance Center, Steps on Broadway, and sometimes I'll go to Mark Morris to go take Jenny's class. And then I'll do like some cross training. I'll do Pilates and stuff like that at different studios in the city. I'll typically go in for either Broadway shows on tour, or sometimes I'll do cruise ships. I'm not a huge fan of cruise ships, but if it's a big opportunity, then yeah, I'm going to try and take it. But I usually will go in for an ensemble track. Sometimes I'll go in for ensemble, but also to cover a principal, depending on the show, depending on, you know, my level of talent of what I can deliver. But yeah, we'll typically dance first, and then they'll make a huge cut, and then they'll have us sing in the style of the show, which is nice, a quick 16 bar, and then you either get a call back or you don't. And then it kind of goes from there and it escalates. Sometimes, you know, they'll have you audition, you know, 4 times, or sometimes there'll be 2 times, then you'll get either a yes or no. I mean, it's definitely not glamorous all the time. This is work. And obviously, yes, I still love performing. Like, that's what I want to do the rest of my life. But I still have to know that, like, this is my job, and this is what I'm paid to do. Like, getting paid to do things now is a lot more stressful than just training and performing, not getting paid. I don't know. When money gets involved, it's just a different ballgame. Don't be afraid to take risks. Listen to yourself and listen to what you want to do in terms of dance, if that's what you so choose to do. You know, we have a very short amount of time in this industry, unfortunately, so you have to go after it full force if you want it. And yes, it will happen.